What's up, YouTube? I just meditated, and I was debating whether or not I should share with you this. I don't want to say epiphany that I had, but I call it the key to success, and I wrote it down on Notepad for you. I'm gonna start. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna meditate, and call me crazy. I don't care. Have fun. But I feel like God is talking to me, and it makes a lot of sense. All the things that I'm saying. And if anyone wants to look at me like I need to go to a psych ward, so be it. I don't really care. But everything I'm saying is positive and has no negative effect on anybody. So if you want to berate and badger somebody who's got a positive word to share, go ahead. Comment section below. I don't really care. I mean, say what you got to do. But if you feel like you want to be enlightened and you want the key to success, pay attention. So we are at Tuesday, January 7th, 2014. I called it the key to success. I said, I found the key to success this evening. It came in the form of meditation. It was an enlightenment experience. An enlightening experience. I made a typo. It more or less captured the essence in finding happiness with oneself. I looked at it from many analogies, and unfortunately, due to the dream meditative state I was in, I couldn't remember them for the most part because I don't agree that they were for anyone other than myself to understand. They may be out of your perception. Trust me, if I could remember any of these, I'd be happy to share with them. At some point, but not anytime soon. They relate more to my problems at the hand. Maybe if I was to share these problem-solving issues that I came up with that I can't seem to remember, maybe I'll just remember them when the time comes up. If somebody strikes my pineal gland and I just so happen to say, hey, wait a minute, you're going through the same thing I went through. Let me hook you up with some info. That's how it's going to work. To start, I'd like to say that this is more or less about common sense and focus and knowing the answer to your problems. Most people will have a set of problems in front of them and they will run straight into panic mode and oftentimes take the way wrong approach. I mean, they could throw themselves into depression, common thing, that sucks, and we'll get more into that later. There's a lot of ways that people are held down, and instead of actually getting up and actually making that effort. You can call them lazy, you could pick on them, but there's always some sort of problem that somebody's facing that you kind of need to be aware of. If you're a human being and you want to look out for somebody, you might want to start thinking, hey, maybe I should help dude. I mean, you help yourself a lot, and some people say, well, when I help people, I get hurt. Shit happens. Your heart will eventually tell you who needs help, who's going to return the favor. Actually, technically speaking, don't even look for people who return the favor. Who cares? I mean, like, dude, if you feel as though in your heart that you want to help the person out. But we're getting off topic. But yeah, they'll take the wrong approach. I mean, they're destroying themselves subconsciously, and it's futile to the human mind. I mean, without elaborating more on the pineal gland and the chakras, I'm more or less pointing out a common sense problem solver. And the one analogy I managed to remember, and that's why I say I managed to remember, is because I was such a deep meditative state that DMT was present in my body. And for the reason that I've been meditating intensely lately. And DMT trips are often forgotten, but later remembered. Like I said, we'll get into that later. So I remembered it, and it was the key. It was the analogy that I'm procrastinating on telling you, simply because I want you to know what I'm saying. Say, if you're standing in front of a door, right? I mean, it's got a skeleton key, and like the only way that you could open this door is with that key. You can't bust it down. You can't be brute. Whatever. It's the key of life. I mean, it's the key to success. We'll call it that. Like I said, if you're standing in front of the door and you put the key in the hole, you turn the key, and then you turn the doorknob, the door opens. The door is there. and you use the key because you had it. Like, you're not going to be dumb. You're not going to take the key and be like, oh, I have the solution to the problem. See what I'm getting at? So if you have the key in your brain, if you're all these options are placed in front of you, that you got to take one of those routes, and one of those routes will lead to the solution to the problem. Let's see, where was I? So okay, all right, cool. So like I said, the only way to open the door is to have the key. If you think back to the pineal gland related to common sense, then you'd realize that problem solving would come off as a lot easier than your average bear. Said, when you're confronted with a problem, there are multiple options before you. These options will lead to the solution to the problem. We can furthermore conclude that your solution would solve the issue at hand. Whether you did it one way or another, you succeeded. Good for you. Again, I did repeat that part because I more or less, I don't know, I put it into terms. I know I repeat things sometimes, but repetition's not bad. It's actually a known fact that things in the repetition of 3 usually stick into the brain. That's why some songs, repetitious, get stuck in your head, or the song is just damn good. I mean, there's multiple reasons why. But that's why, you know, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's why they do that, the monster truck things. They want you to remember the shit. So that's why I repeat myself pretty often. So the point that I was trying to say is, if you can consciously come to this conclusion, then you can say to yourself, do it. The only way to accomplish the task at hand is to do it. I mean, like, even Yoda said it best. There is no try, there is only do, if you're a Star Wars buff. I personally don't care much for it. With that being said, if you solve the problem, then you are happy. Happy means stress-free. So if you're stress-free, we can feel as free as the beings that we are, and as free as we should be. So, I mean, let's see, what else did I say? So all of the things that you have before you are that very key. You have your brain, and it being fully awake and aware of what's going on will consciously attack the task at hand, and everything will be okay. Distractions are everywhere, but again, if you have the key, which are your options, then you could open the door. And this is where effort comes in. If you have a job, let's say, you can make an offer to somebody. Say, all right, I need gas money, right? Well, tell the person, I don't have gas money for you right now. I'm sorry, that sucks, dude. I really, I have this job though, and it would make me so happy if you could just do me this favor. And don't scumbag them. Again, this is where karma comes in. If you do them dirty, you deserve it. You deserve to lose that job, whatever. But say to them, listen, I'll give you gas money. I'm going to be making good money. And you give them that money, and you'll earn their trust. That way, you know, maybe they'll return the favor in the future. But again, again, don't always rely on other people. Make offers, but there's solutions. There's options that you could take, but you don't take the dark way. I mean, that I don't know what's over there. I'm gonna walk into something. I'm gonna go to the place where there's light. I mean, bus routes. Ask neighbors for rides. Anything. Grandmothers, grandfathers, brothers, uncles, sisters, whatever. Find a way. There's ways to complete everything. So ultimately, the solution is the ultimate key to happiness and success. I mean, success doesn't have to be money. Success doesn't have to be cars and all that shit. Like, dude, I'll rock a hoopty all day, a Nissan Sentra. That's my shit, dude. But again, I'm tired. I wanted to share this with you. I'm going back to meditating. And that's usually the best time to meditate, in my opinion, is when you're tired. So again, I know some things may have been all over the place, but this was more for people who understand the pineal gland and whatnot. So, hope you enjoyed it. Take care.